could be a fast one. Going to Tempest, very likely.
Well, here we go. It's going to be Infernal Shrines once more. The map picked this time for Tempest. So, I'm going to try to, just close this one out on a map they're comfortable with, the team fighting map. Keep an eye on the Kerrigan once more, because that's probably going to be the hero they're looking to grab. Not going to be Dami on their team this time.
Yep, as he is not there anymore. MVP Miracle is the one that has Onkono and Dami from the old Tempest, as Modern Life and Sign stepped in to fill their spots.
Well, look, I mean, this is a map where you have a strong solo Shriner, you win the rotational play, and you dominate the map. We've seen so many maps of this one, so many Infernal Shrine games go so short when the game snowballs out of control. BlossoM has kept this series pretty competitive so far, though. Let's see, with their first ban, if they're going to remove the Kerrigan or draft around it, allowing Tempest to have it, perhaps trying to bait it. Oh, this is the story of my Hero League, waiting for players. Okay, there we go. BlossoM with the first ban.
Okay, BlossoM has been making not too much of a solid, balanced team comp. They were very aggressive. They were looking for the late game with Nazeebo in game number 1, and game number 2 they had their own with Alarak. They were going defense, but not the most balanced one, I would say. So maybe this time they can change up. Of course, they're the one that really focus and tries to experiment the off-meta picks. But maybe they can stick with more of a standard pick this time.
And with how well they did in some of those fights and some of Tempest's overextensions, perhaps going with just what's normal is the better approach here. Considering the Tychus first ban, I don't know if that's real, but we're going to see the Zarya come down instead. So, I talked about whether they're going to try to deny the Kerrigan or potentially draft around it, but it's because their first pick, they could simply take it here. It's going to be tough to pull off without Tassadar or the Zarya, but we have seen comps make this work with Medivh in the past, and Tyrael. It's going to be Ariel. Modern Life lets out a chuckle.
Okay, they want to go around. Instead of picking Vala, they want to grab Ariel first instead. Then Kerrigan is still available, but without Ariel, no crowns on either Kerrigan or Vala. So Tempest really has to go around far back here. Even if they take Vala, which is unlikely now because Ariel was taken away, Zarya Tassadar is gone. So not much protection on Vala is available for them.
It's interesting, this situation. I feel like it's a really intelligent choice for BlossoM to take this, because now it's not tempting for Tempest to take Vala at all. It's less tempting to take Kerrigan. If any team can make the Kerrigan work without Zarya and Tassadar, it is Tempest, and we could see them even draft into a Tyrael and make it work. Medivh, Duck's played the hero several times before. But nope, Tychus, and it's going to be Ragnaros who's the main solo Shriner here.
So they will just give up Vala or Kerrigan or both to BlossoM instead. And knowing that BlossoM is not really pressured to actually pick Vala this early, they can take some tanky heroes like Muradin or some anti-auto attack like Arthas.
I actually like going into the Vala Malfurion here. You could pick up the Gul'dan later. You can also go Vala Gul'dan, because if you take the Malfurion, then Gul'dan will likely be banned. But if you have Gul'dan for his wave clear, it can also help Shrine really easily for you. You have two great sources of hope. It's going to be Kerrigan, though. She's coming in.
And it is Cheerleader Kerrigan available
today.
Available in shop today.
So
nice skin.
Nice skin. You and I are such salads right now.
I will buy it right after.
Call now while supplies last.
1-800. Okay. Tempest now they're onto the bans. They have Tychus, so Johanna is still a very good option for BlossoM, as they want to cancel out the auto attack. Also, exactly the same for Tempest here.
Trying to think if it's really warranted to ban a Tyrael here for Tempest. It's something that they would draft in this situation almost 100% to give that extra protection to not only Vala but also Kerrigan. Kerrigan's actually got quite the win rate. Didn't realize she was that dominant in HGC Korea. 5-1. Usually used in niche situations, though, by teams that outdraft their opponents. And it's a tough hero to pull off. Going to be the Arthas ban instead. Just banning him for his strength right now in the meta, not specifically a counter to anything that Tempest has built right now. The ETC ban really screams a Tyrael pick. They're trying to lock the tanks away from Tempest now, as they already have their Tyrael planned. If it's just a Muradin that they wanted to use, this is risky to ban the ETC. So I'm feeling like we're leaning in that direction here.
Tychus is already picked up from Tempest, so they do not really have to go in for that Muradin choke anyhow. So they have the option. Sign will be the one most likely. And
So
they don't even want to give up Muradin here. Being greedy.
I think BlossoM is just going to take Tyrael. It's not the hero that they normally run. It's not what they're known for. You just can't ignore the power of Sanctification and the extra shields that are provided to Kerrigan with such a draft. And the other big hero, again, to look out for in this is the Gul'dan. That would work well with Ariel. Medivh is a possibility because he can both protect Vala and Kerrigan. But I feel like it's less likely that we see the Medivh than if we see the Tyrael. Definitely whiz the brains behind this draft right now. You can tell camera on him.
Medivh will, of course, give that extra protection on Vala, either Vala or Kerrigan. But before, BlossoM had that double carry Vala and Nazeebo, and Tempest has been the one focusing targets so well.
There's the Tyrael, but it's a Nubarak. We're full China now, as it's going into Tempest on the other side. We've seen Tyrael dive comps with Kerrigan and a Nubarak in China exclusively throughout the years, with some, occasional usage obviously otherwise, but this is a common draft in China, even in the amateur leagues, something that has come up quite a bit. So now for Tempest, they have to pick a support, and this means it's going to be solo damage Tychus in terms of range. It's unusual to see the Zeratul and Ragnaros like this. If you do, it's usually with a variant, not a Muradin. So I feel like the draft for Tempest has no strong theme and is overall a bit gimmicky in its nature. Like, there's nothing, I don't look at this comp and go, oh, okay, the good thing about it is, because there isn't.
They can still pair up the Sephiroth with Void Prison. That's basically the only thing I would actually see. And Kharazim, of course, Hyde loves playing that. They have enough damage. Maybe this one will not be a 7-sided strike coming out this time.
It's going to be really tough to make this work in terms of range damage with all the melee up in front attacks they have. You've got Kerrigan against you. You've got Nubarak, Tyrael even. This is going to be difficult to work. If BlossoM is going to take a game in this series, of the three we've seen, this seems to be their best shot, their best draft going into Infernal Shrines. No chat's been happy throughout this draft. We'll see if he's playing the Kerrigan or the Nubarak, as Tempest a little bit frustrated with the last game, but still look to close us out 3-0 as we go into Infernal Shrines for game number 3 of our last match here of week 6. In blue, it is BlossoM with their best draft yet. That draft is Scarlet on Ariel, Dudu on Vala, Wiz on Kerrigan, Judy on the Nubarak, and actually it's going to be no chat on the Tyrael.
And in red, Tempest, Hyde on Kharazim, Duck on Tychus, Lockdown on Ragnaros, Sign on Muradin, and Modern Life on Zeratul.
This will be both the first career game for Judy on a Nubarak, as well as No Chat's first career game on Tyrael. So they're going to hope this swap works out. It's a big ask to have no competitive experience on this. Oh boy, No Chat taking a ton of damage. His trait going to expire to secure the kill here onto Duck. Looks like it was not even needed there.
At the end, it was a 1-1 trade, but No Chat going in at the end of all Druids just got punished from Sign's hammer there.
Judy, insanely aggressive. This comp has so much CC, as you can see. No pun intended. Wiz nearly gets the kill there on to Hyde. And Tempest not giving the proper respect to how much this composition is designed to do in the early game. As we reset here, a slight lead for BlossoM in EXP. Could have been worse for Tempest, though. One more auto would have killed Hyde for sure on any hero.
Yep, and both teams actually have pretty decent wave clear. See a lot of the Korean metas going away from the mages. Before the first season, half of the season, Leeming or Gul'dan was basically a must. And now, we do not see too much of Gul'dan or even Leeming because of their team comp. They're really gonna want to go away and try to force into another meta where it's saving DPS, and as we talk about DPS, Dudu gets in trouble.
Good detainment strike on the sign. Unfortunately, no follow-up. Not going to get the Kerrigan combo off there. So, a slight lead in EXP for Tempest with that commitment of resources there. It's obviously just about the wave in the top lane. Once it's cleared, it'll be even back up. It's going to be the top shrine. Spawning now, the first shrine of this game. Barn Life sticking bot for a little bit longer. They want to get 4 before they engage. Hyde on the chase here onto Kerrigan, a risky proposition.
And he's always one of the most aggressive Kerrigan you would see. And just finishing off, getting kills. And here comes Kerrigan just picking on 1 and 1. Already up on 9-0 at the moment.
So much heals, so much protection here. It's hard to get the picks that they're looking for. The counter jump in here from Wiz does not get the kill on Design. He's going to heal up here with his trait. Second wind. Hyde is actually now caught. Going to be aggressive this time. Not going to be able to get out of it. Sign's going to try to turn this fight around. Now that he's healed up, they're going to get the kill on the Wiz. Modern Life trying to carry this game alone. Duck Duck goes down. However, this is a 2-for-1 trade in favor of BlossoM. You have Molten Core trying to secure the kill here onto Scarlet. Modern Life overextends. No chat with the kill.
Very nice connection coming out from Dudu for the last bit of damage, and even lockdown falls at the end.
This draft for Tempest feels insanely weak. You compare the two, especially in the early game, and they've been trying to hard re-engage against all this CC and failing. It's 6 kills to 2 right now. They're going to split for Soak while they have this Shrine against them, so at least they are going to keep the EXP differential as low as possible. Very quick clear, though, here for BlossoM. Looking to get level 7 first. It's going to be the Arcane Punisher first. Here comes the Punisher in the top lane. Duck Duck with the bait. Dodges. Already over the wall here. You see the bot lane, Modern Life. It's actually Modern Life this time on the Zeratul, sorry. It's going to be Ragnaros in the bot lane down there.
Yeah, when you see Ragnaros, you think it's
Modern Life. Yeah, you think Modern Life every time.
No. Modern Life has become a meme in Korea for losing, getting a solo kill as a Ragnarok, so
Lockdown's going to take the job this time. Modern Life plays both heroes. That's why I said it's unusual to have both the Zeratul and the Ragnaros 2 melees on the same team. So that's why you see the swap for the most part. Memes aside. I'm going to see the normal Q build coming out here from Sign, by the way, into cooldown reduction. And no big commitment to any super Qs, no Pierce. So, as standard as it gets. Multi-shot coming out from Vala. I'm looking to see if there's anything else super unusual here. Does not appear to be the case.
And Ariel seems to provide that blind against Tychus, so.
Hyde is just fearless in this game. He is scouting, he's aggressively positioning around. This time looking for the gank on the no chat. Not going to happen, but they're going to keep this lane pushed. Winning this exchange, but the problem is this mid push with Siege Giants, Siege Goats, is going to knock this wall down. Here's the rotation up, though. Hyde's coming in. Dudu's very low. Does get the heal, but it's not going to be enough. Modern Life does Vorpal his way in. Scarlet will be the next to fall, so heavy rotation in. This is the kind of play you expect to see from Tempest. They had a tough draft, I feel, against them. They are lacking CCs comparatively, but when you see that big overcommitment with the Siege camp onto the mid wall, that quick, swift rotation is how you punish.
Yep, and the Vocal Blade is what gives Zeratul so much power, as you can also just teleport back to the target you were attacking before. Just missed that spike. Not was going to really get a kill anyhow, but still.
All right,
and an early start coming out from Tempest.
Yeah, this is going to be the fight that decides 10. It's going to be a kill that gets it to him. Look at this combo coming in. And this is looking great for BlossoM. No heals with Hyde gone. Duck, I don't even know why he stayed there. I couldn't tell you even if it was $1 million question. Couldn't even try to explain.
Can I get that $1 million? He was trying to burst down Wiz, but not enough, as Kerrigan was healing herself with those minion kills, and also healing coming out from Ariel.
Kerrigan was going to get 10 too during all this. Could have just popped Maelstrom.
So do I get that $1 million?
No, man. Okay. That was not. I mean, I could see why he did, but you can't make the argument for him. It was maybe that's the answer why, but it was still wrong at the end of the day. BlossoM is crushing it. They actually went Cocoon. They're going to set up a CC trap with that. It's like not this time onto Hyde. Just go for the pull. Well, that's it. Really coming in here far into the Molten Core, though. This is going to be painful, actually.
Not stop the Molten Core. Even Sank is down, but Void Prison actually cancels that at the end. Hyde gets caught, palms himself at the very last second, but gets caught by the Frozen Punisher. Is that going to be enough? And actually does not go down at the very end.
Get the feeling Hyde forgot he's support. Thinks he's melee assassin, man. Okay, the trait will expire here to kill Ragnaros. And BlossoM is like proxying between the towers here. Modern Life goes home. Looking for the kill onto Duck. It's not going to happen this time, as they just go into the vent and hearth home. A fairly even game. Obviously, structural lead now for BlossoM. Really overextending. Didn't hit the combo after the Cocoon expired. That was the unlucky part for them, as that if that had happened, it would have been another pick, and they probably could have reasonably continued to be that aggressive had that gone off.
Yeah, and a great talent choice coming out from Duck's Tychus, Relentless Soldier on level 10. Level 7, as we have seen that from the variant meta, where charge in stun, you would get the armor for the next few seconds.
Sign jumps over the wall here. Goes back off. This is just, I mean, there's not much objectives to take for BlossoM here. They shouldn't stick around too much. Sulfuras Hungers will finish. It's actually sitting up in the mid lane right now, getting some extra soak, trying to get 13 for Tempest right now. Very aggressive 5-man. The longer the game goes on, Kerrigan loses power, and rotating as 5 like this, if you're not getting picks, obviously really hurts you, because Lockdown is going to get a bunch of extra waves here. You're going to get this top wave. The XP lead is going to start to stack up here. The structural damage that keeping these lanes pushed nonstop is going to start to stack up as well. And Tempest just plays safely and avoids these big combos. And theoretically could win the game. Sign is actually just going to stand right on this camp. They want to bait out a fight.
He is spotted, but his teammates are coming to help him.
Lockdown's going to soul this. They're going to get 2 camps. They're going to steal blue side siege impalers and then get the Shaman cap. Unfortunately, the Shrine is going to sync up with that, so they're not going to have that split pressure against the Shaman cap. As the rotation comes up here, 13 breach for both. We are dead even in this game. Dudu's actually going to deal with this siege camp, or wanted to before rotating up, so there's a numbers advantage right now for Tempest. Up at the top Shrine. They do clear this, so they need to rotate up now.
That took a lot of time for BlossoM to actually clear those camps out. And they still have to clear this one out, so Tempest taking the lead, and BlossoM may just give this one up. Looks like they're not going to. They're going all in. Judy in the front line, jumping in, Fail, hitting 2 targets.
They have so much CC, you'd have to think they want to commit here. The Void Prison's going to go down. Can they pair it with the Sulfuras? Sanctification comes up here. They wanted to wait for this before using Sulfuras. Sign in the front lines right now, getting on top of Scarlet. Does pop that Avatar. Need to see that CC coming down. Where's the Sulfuras? Palm goes off. Molten Core trying to add some extra support from behind.
And that's not enough, as Sulfuras did hit Judy before, but that's just on cooldown now.
Just don't have enough damage to secure the kills. There's too much healing for BlossoM here.
Yes, and as Anubarak does have that spell armor available for himself, and has been tanking so well for Judy. Has not been this great for the rest of the series, but Modern Life just trying to juke in some damage, but really can't pick up the kill at the end all the time.
Yeah, looking for the kill into Dudu when there's no minions around. There's no hope on Ariel, but Tempest is going to give this up now. Split for Soak. And they stay ahead in EXP, but this is going to be further structure damage against them. They're behind in structures. And it's not rocket science that this composition is going to struggle like this. I feel like if they had completely, with the well-placed Void Prison, gone for Sulfurous, if they could have timed that correctly, there could have been so much opportunity there.
Even with that, they couldn't really bring down any targets, and they are scared. If you look at the talents again, and even Karazim taking 6 cents, really being scared of those stuns coming out from Kerrigan and the Mubarak coming in. Okay, Punisher going into the second wall.
All right, there is the pings going down here. This time they're going to go for the combo. Here we go. Does hit only one of them onto Duck Duck, actually, sadly. A lot of resources committed there. And now here's the smash onto Scarlet. He does Aegis himself. He wants to get that hope off, but he cannot. Right out of the Aegis, goes down. And it looks like Tempest wants to turn this. They want to wipe this. 2 dead, 3 dead.
If they're allowed to really stall this fight for a longer day, BlossoM does not have the sustain, no heals coming out from Ariel anymore. But the Punisher is still pushing this keep though.
Should be able to keep it alive. Did a lot of damage to the keep, but the key is that it survives. And now Tempest is going to take a massive lead in EXP, and they may look to get some counter structures. Now, this is a rare circumstance when the team that is behind in structures is ahead in EXP like this. So they're not going to get as much comeback mechanic, quote unquote, from all these forts, but still, there's 3 forts available. It's just EXP gaining interest throughout this game. So this is going to even push them further ahead in EXP when they get these late structures to try to get level 20 first. Up 2 levels now. Just that fort take. They're going to have these siege giants, or I keep saying giants, but impalers pushing mid as they go rotate down with that pressure to try to get this bot fort after clearing this wave. They're so far ahead in EXP.
It looked like BlossoM has been pushing a lot more and winning consistent team fight, but Tempest has been soaking so much and has had the better global control over the camps, especially that delayed BlossoM many times. And in EXP, of course, Tempest was leading, even if they're even after losing few of the team fights.
Yeah, if Tempest could somehow, with this composition, they don't have any globals, but if they could somehow avoid these fights consistently and push lanes, that would be one way where they could stop struggling against these amazing combos that we're seeing so far. The last one was the weakest one, and that's why BlossoM got wiped. Okay, here's the Void Prison. Can we see the pairing here this time? Manubrak's already dead. Oh, great Aegis here to avoid. And here's the Sank. Very good execution here for BlossoM in this fight. The problem is they're already a man down. Now they're 2 men down. And this is actually looking to be another wipe. Tempest has finally gotten their groove here in these fights. Wiz ravages himself onto that wall. But 2 back-to-back team wipes in favor of Tempest. This one's perfectly timed with the next Punisher. They have the lane push here in mid. They're going to look for this keep wall while the solo shrine is left for Ragnaros.
That flashy play coming out from Modern Life really, really highlighted. Of course, Void Prison is above Sanctification, but they also end up using Sanctification and Aegis at the same time, which kind of canceled the protection on that Vala anymore. And Modern Life at the end just went in, sweeping in, take the kill, and really flashy movements there.
Manubrak died right at the beginning too, so they were just outnumbered. With the respawns coming up here, BlossoM pretty low in levels. They have quick respawns. They're coming back to try to catch these greedy pushes from Tempest, towards that keep, the keep wall down.
Even use Cocoon to actually catch even one of them. But their talent choices, I gotta really like them. After getting those stuns.
Okay,
the damage from Vala is not just enough.
Tempest concedes the point for now. They have a lead in Skeletal Defenders, so they know that they don't need to force it until the last moment here. They're going to come in looking for the kill into Scarlet once more, but look at all that hope built up. But caught by the Sulfurous Smash here. That's no more healing. They're going to have Sank in 2 seconds, but it's 2 seconds too late. Dudu goes down. And no chat, if he Sanks himself, it's not going to be worth it. He's trying to get the big explode here. Only hits Duck Duck. And that he's not even going to secure the kill. 3 team fights back to back. All 3 of them, 5-man wipes, 15 kills. They went from 7 to 22. And this will likely just be game. The Arcane Punisher 2, the strongest Punisher on the map. Ducks gets the BM palm. Wow, I wouldn't realistically with this draft, I don't know if I'd really be too aggressive in terms of B-stepping or palming like this. They obviously have the game won, but this was not clean.
Yes, and Void Prison at the very end just to stall some time, but they don't even need that as Sign declares the victory. On top of that core, the series goes to Tempest.
That was a scary game though. They had some serious trouble in the early game against the combos, but the later the game